Arsenal and Liverpool are prepared to battle and fight, potentially having a bidding war over Nico Williams. Apparently, both teams have held talks in the last few days. Guéhi could be on his way to Chelsea. Various reports coming out from Chelsea that they would love to bring him back and are looking at the left-sided centre-back. If you're enjoying the content on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We are steam rolling our way towards 9,000 subscribers. Nearly 90% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. 90%. What are you waiting for? Go down, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. And we're going to start with Guéhi because England obviously played last night. And yet again, it was another diabolical, embarrassing game to watch. I didn't even want to make a video on it because I just couldn't be bothered to talk about it. I made a couple of TikToks on it, so go down. The TikTok is in the description. But genuinely, the only player, in my humble opinion, on the 3 games that England have had that can come away with their head held high and say, do you know what? I did my bit. And that is Marc Guéhi. He had a lot of pressure, an awful lot of pressure on his shoulders coming into this tournament. No Harry Maguire. Has Southgate made the right decision? Has he made the wrong decision? 2 years left on his Crystal Palace contract. I personally believe that right now, Marc Guéhi has been the best player for England this tournament. I think he's been one of the best defenders in the tournament. It's his first international tournament as a player. To my knowledge, he genuinely, I think, looks comfortable. He looks composed. He looks like he's played in tournaments for the last decade. 3 games at the Euros, 2 clean sheets, conceded 1. Don't get me wrong, the football absolutely stinks, and it is like watching paint dry. I've been at funerals that have been more entertaining than watching England recently. Genuinely, it is diabolical and it's painful and it's just crap and it's just sucking the life out of England international football. But Guéhi's one of those players who I can say, do you know what? Fair play. He had 25 appearances in the league last season, 2 appearances in the FA Cup, 2 appearances in the League Cup, and he had 3 appearances in the Euros. Now, of course, he come through Chelsea's academy and he joined leaving Chelsea to join Crystal Palace back in July 2021 for around, I think it was £10 million at the time. And I think the fee rose to about £20 million. Now, Chelsea are heavily linked with him, as well as Tottenham, Newcastle, Manchester United. There's been a couple of whispers, but I think he's a top centre-back now. I don't think he's at that world-class level, but he's 23 years of age. He's had 14 appearances for England now. He can play centre-back. Of course, he's a right-sided, right forward-footed player. He plays on the left in a Crystal Palace defence with Mitchell on the left and Anderson right-sided centre-back. And those 3 have got a really strong relationship now. And under Oliver Glasner, I think that he was very, very good towards the end of the season. And I think that form has kind of carried over into the Euros. And I think a lot of people that had question marks and doubts about him, genuinely now, no one's saying anything. He's been fantastic. I think he's the way he reads the game. I think he's got the ability to play it out the back under pressure comfortably. I think he's relatively good in the air. In terms of his numbers in a Crystal Palace shirt, they're very, very good. And he's attracting interest with some of the biggest clubs. And I think if Tottenham were to sign him, I think it would be a kind of a statement of intent because, we've got the likes of Van der Ven, we've got the likes of Radu Dragusin, Romero, who had an unbelievable game last night, man of the match performance against Chile. He looks very good at the moment, Romero. But Marc Guéhi, I think at the moment, I don't think there's many left-sided centre-backs in the league right now that are better. The only 2 that, really come to mind are, one off the top of my head is Gabriel at Arsenal, but his contract expires June 30th, 2026. He's apparently available for around £40 million. I would be amazed if Chelsea don't go in for him. You look at that long-term replacement for a Thiago Silva. You look at, the Chelsea defenders at the moment aren't the most composed. You've got Trevor Chalobah, who's linked to a move away. I still think they've needed that replacement for, the Christensen when he left for Barcelona. They got Bada Chile. Cucurella looks like he's getting better as well. I know they've got Diassi, but I think Guéhi's better than most of those. And I think genuinely he would be a great signing for them. And I look at it right now that, genuinely going forward, I think Guéhi can kind of hold his hands up and say, do you know what? I deserve to play in this team. I deserve it now. You know, going into the tournament, I think we've got a good centre back partnership now. Going into the last 16 of Stones and Guéhi. Hopefully the football improves because it's been soul destroying. I'll be honest, it's been absolutely soul destroying. Moving away from Chelsea, we'll come back to them in a couple of minutes. According to reports, Arsenal and Liverpool will have a potential bidding war over Nico Williams. And according to reports, Arsenal and Liverpool both have held talks. Now, we are talking about one of the most exciting wingers in the Euros for me. I am a huge, huge fan of Nico Williams. My number one transfer target for Tottenham this window is Nico Williams. He's linked with every club you can imagine. Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Yes, the wages are astronomically high. 250,000 euros a week. Don't get me wrong, it is incredibly high wages. But you're talking about a player that Athletic Bilbao go into the Copa del Rey this season, and he just carries them. He carries them to the Copa del Rey. They win it. You know, he's 21 years of age. He's 22 next month. He's in the top 2 of all assists from midfielders and wingers in Europe. He's in the top 2% for progressive carries, successful take-ons, and touches in the attacking penalty area. We are talking about a potential world-class player here. He's 22 years of age. He's wanted by, like I just said, the biggest clubs out there. You look at Liverpool right now. Liverpool, for me, need to look at a long-term replacement for Mohamed Salah. And Arsenal, for me, I've said this for the longest time. I said this on the terrace yesterday. Arsenal need to find a wide player that can come in and give real competition to both sides of the wing. I don't think Arsenal need a striker. I've said this a million times and I'll say it again. You can't score 91 Premier League goals and 120 goals in all competitions and then need a striker. 120 goals last season. They do not need a striker. They need a DM that can come in and take over Thomas Partey and give more security to that defense. They've already got an unbelievable defense, but they need a wide player that can come in and genuinely give real competition to Bukayo Saka and on that left-hand side. Now, you've got Nico Williams, predominantly plays on the left, but can play on the right. Predominantly, he plays on the left, but he's right-footed. He loves to cut in and bang to the back post. Contract expires 30th of June, 2027. Last contract extension was only 7 months ago in December. But his numbers last year, 31 games in La Liga, 5 goals, 14 assists, right? 6 games in the Copa del Rey, 5 assists, 3 goals. Come through Bilbao's, left Osasuna in 2013, joined Bilbao's academy, has come through the ranks, 39 games last season. Sorry, 37 if you take out the 2 Euro games. 8 goals, 19 assists, played 2,875 minutes. Now, if you're an Arsenal fan, I think you're looking for a wide player to come in and add goals, add width, add assists. He ticks every single box for me as a wide player. He stays wide. He runs in behind. He runs at the fullback. He's got blistering pace. He can cut in on that right foot. Loves to take a man on. He's got the flair, which I think is a dying kind of attribute in wingers nowadays. And for me, if I'm looking at Liverpool and thinking, who's the long-term plan? What is what does life after Mohamed Salah look like? Now, you've got Marcus Edwards and Hughes now running Liverpool. You're talking about one of the smartest brains when it comes to running a football club. And Arne Slot's role now is the head coach. It's not the manager. And I think it's a good thing that they've outlined that. You look at Arsenal, it's about going again, it's about remaining in a title race, and it's about how do we get over the line. Arsenal need Edison from Atalanta and Nico Williams. Liverpool are in a bit of a different situation. Yes, you could probably argue they overachieved from last season because no one really thought they would be in a title race. But for Liverpool, it's about how do you close the gap? How do we get back to winning Premier League titles? How do we close the 10 or 11 points that they dropped off from Manchester City? So the way I look at it right now is I probably think Arsenal is a more attractive club because they are in a title race. They're further along their journey under Arteta. I would argue he's probably more likely to get first team football at Liverpool next season. Of course, both teams can offer Champions League football, which is what one thing Tottenham can't offer. Tottenham would have to break the bank to sign him. Chelsea are linked. Bayern Munich are linked. You know, at the moment, it's Arsenal, according to transfermarket.co.uk, that have held the most recent talks and actually look like they're going to sign him with 27% probability over the rest of the clubs. I think we will be talking about in a couple of years' time, one of the best wingers on the planet. Like, I honestly rate him so highly. Like, genuinely, I think he is, like, honestly, I would say at the moment he's probably top 10 wingers in the world. I rate him that highly. And I think he transforms Arsenal's attack or Liverpool's attack because it gives you another option. You think if going into the latter stages of the Premier League title race, and let's say a Mohamed Salah or a Saka get injured, you're sitting there going, well, that's us screwed. No, it's not, because you've got Nico Williams on the bench. He comes on, bang, 1 assist, bang, 1 goal, bang, 2 assists. You're 3-0 up. He's that good. Let me know your thoughts down below. Will he join Arsenal or will he join Liverpool? I'm out. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.